Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today here on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel, I am playing Explorer. And you know, when I get asked to play a format that isn't something I tune into all the time, I'm always really excited, really insanely excited when I get to play a deck that is right in my wheelhouse. So this deck is what Kenji Egashira is playing in Arena Championship 8. Arena Championship 8 is taking place this weekend. So if you're watching this right now on Saturday or Sunday, you can probably tune in live on Twitch or YouTube and see what's going on with the broadcast right now if you want to see more of this Explorer action in competitive play. So there is an amazing prize pool. On the line is $30,000 for first place, as well as the top 16 players from Arena Championship 8 will get invited to Pro Tour Final Fantasy in Las Vegas, and the finalists, that is first and second place, will be invited to Magic World Championship 31 taking place later this year. So there is a lot on the line for those of you who would love competitive Magic and competitive play. Lots of reasons to tune in to Explorer format and the Arena Championship 8 broadcast. So I am really grateful to Kenji Egashira for playing a deck that just sits right in my comfort zone, tugs right at my heartstrings. This is blue-white control. This is Yorion blue-white control, something I don't get to say as much as I used to on the channel. Yorion is like the glory days for me as a content creator, getting to put Yorion in all kinds of decks. So here you have it. This blue-white control deck is 80 cards to use the Yorion companion clause out of the sideboard, and it features cards that you would love to blink, like Omen of the Sea and Beza the Bounding Spring, coming straight out of Bloomburrow and making an impact in Explorer. In fact, there are a ton of new cards in current standard that are making an impact in Explorer, making the format feel more, I would say, friendly to people, just tourists like me who just tune into the format now and then. We're going to see a lot of cards that we recognize, from Heartfire Heroes, good old Leyline of Resonance, you might remember that one, but also Unholy Annex is a big one in the format, and Stock Up. Good old Stock Up here from Aether Drift, a brand new card. Calling it old is basically a joke. It's a meme. It feels like it's been around forever because it's like a dig through time. It feels like we've had this card forever, but we don't. The power is sneaky with this card. And we're running 3 copies in this blue-white control deck. Stock Up is making waves in all kinds of formats with its raw efficiency and the ability to find what you need. It's how you make your 80 card deck more consistent. But we also bring back some of the absolute bangers of blue-white control from the past. To Fairy Hero of Dominaria. Hello, buddy. The Wandering Emperor. Welcome back, Queen. I'm a big fan of these cards. They have seen me through many an aggro meta and profound victories from many jaws of defeats. Lots of good memories of these cards. We're going to play some best of 3 today to highlight the competitive nature of Explorer, and we have a sideboard built to handle all kinds of threats. Beza ups the game we have against Burn. There's a lot of legal Burn spells, guys. So Burn is going to be out there. It's Arena. Burn is always popular. Rest in Peace is a way to hit those graveyard decks right where it hurts. The card in the sideboard, honestly, that gets me, that deeply gets me, is Dream Trawler. I might bring this in for every matchup. This card was a card that I used as a win con, and I have so many fond memories of. So in my opinion, this is Explorer done right. Playing cards that you have fond memories of in a whole new environment and getting to relive those glory days while still having a competitive format. So if you are now intrigued with the concept of Explorer, let's play some matches. Let's run this deck from the Arena Championship 8. Thank you, Kenji Egashira. Good luck this weekend. Let's dive in and let this nonsense begin. All right. Explorer best of 3 and a quick queue. That's good to see. We are going to be on the play as much as I love to draw cards. And look at this hand. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty. It's tempting to play Deserted Beach on turn 1, but if we play the plains, we conceal information about our deck. Maybe it's not that much of a mystery. You see Yorion in the command zone. Command zone? The companion zone. Slightly different. And our opponent comes out with Kumano faces Kakazan. I remember you. That card is a problem. It does incentivize them to play a creature this turn, though. But they don't. And now we have a Get Lost. That can deal with the Kumano. Is this a turn that you spend on stock up? Do you take a turn off here to let the opponent get way ahead? I think we should be patient. We have reactive cards. They are going to Boros Charm Maface. It's a good opportunity to use a Dovin's Veto, but if our opponent plays multiple creatures, things get very bad. We want to spend one of our spells this turn on this turn cycle. And then the next turn we can double spell. So I think we take the charm. And now we need to size up. What do we remove? So there's a Swift Spear. 2 creatures is a lot of creatures. We don't want to go into the next turn with 2 counter spells open. We want to spend 1 of the counter spells. So I'm just going to get rid of this Swift Spear now. And they have lit the stage and hit a Bolt Wave. So this is a lot of burn. This is a ton of burn. The clock is ticking. Temporary lockdown. I wish I'd known about that. If we had known that was coming, we could have played this different. But I think we want to do a Veto Get Lost turn and hope they don't have another creature. The Den. Now we really want to save Get Lost for the Den, don't we? I think I take this. Because the Den will just kill us. We have to find a Demolition Field. We have to find a Field of Ruin. So did we let this go? Now I really need this Memory Deluge to solve my problems. Alright, we got some creatures. I believe they have to cast that Show Off. I don't think they can... Can they plot it from there? Plot is from the hand, right? You're gonna skewer me? Go down to 5? I mean, we have to cast this Memory Deluge at some point. So they already played their land. They have the Show Off next turn. God, this is tough. This is absolutely brutal. So they're going to be 2 creatures next turn. We have a Get Lost. It has to answer. They're not going to use the Den right away. All right. This is going to be go real low and try to manage it. Like, we could hit a Beza, which would solve a lot of our problems. Gosh, Jesus. Okay. Beza, no Bezas, just lands. I think I just need the lands. All right. 1 card left, 2 life. I have to do this. This has been really bad. But that's burn. It's a good deck. Let's see if they go for the Den. They go for the Show Off. And they have a Skewer, and that's game. All right. Ah! Ah! Man, I can't get away from aggro red decks no matter what I do in my life, but I can have Bezas. I can't have a Dream Trawler on the play because chances are we actually get there. What else can we do? I think we want to cut the Farewell. Teferi seems really slow here. Change the Equation's very good. Omen of the Sea. Get Lost is not the removal spell you want, but it's better than nothing. Stock Up was really slow, but I think it's better than Teferi. Yeah, I'll just cut the Teferis. There's not actually a lot of good pivots we can do. There aren't cards that are more cheap removal. The deck is already trying to do that. But our hand was like Memory Deluge, Stock Up. Just these cards that didn't... All that they do is get us killed. We were on the play too. That was really, really frustrating. But now we're up to 4 Bezas. Honestly, like hitting Beza is probably changes everything. Wandering Emperor is another way to gain life. So yeah, our 4 drops are the way. All right. This hand is not good. But we're on the play. We do removal, we stock up, and hopefully we find Beza. That's the plan. Like, on its own, we don't have the pieces. We're relying on the deck to not take a dump on us. There's the Beza. See if they go for a creature here. Probably not. Into open mana. They do this time. Okay. Okay, great. Must be nice. Gotta use our mana. No choice. Change the equation. I need to stock up here. I'm probably going to take a ton of damage, but we need to make sure we have the land. And I think we just take second Beza. We could also take Lockdown. Yeah, I'll take a Lockdown and a Field of Ruin for the Den. I guess I'll also always wonder if I should have just cast Lockdown on 3 last time. Did they just draw all 4 Swift Spears? They did. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'd love to drop a Beza here, but there's just too much going on and I have to lock them down. We don't get attacked by Den this turn, so they would need Boros Charm and Bolt Wave off the top. Ruins, yikes. Okay, they show off. Can't block that, but we can Beza. And now we have something on the board and some life. But we miss a land drop, which is huge for getting to Dream Trawler. Let's see what they top deck. Does it power up the show off? Nope. 9. That's a land. We needed that. Are they gonna sack the ruins? Maybe. This is play Lockdown, hold up equation, I believe. We can block the Den. Ace creatures, right? Okay, we need one more land. This can find it. We really want it to be blue. Yeah, no kidding. They top a Boros Charm. They get that off. Oh, that cost me 2 life. Jeez. Okay. This can recover, though. Man, am I going to 1? I die to a top deck Ramanop Ruins. Or a top deck Bolt Wave. It had to be like this. All right, no Ramanop Ruins. No Ramanop Ruins. See? So now they can go for the Den, which was kind of a plot, right? Because we have the March. You thought you had me. All right, let's double down on Beza for life. Hit 1 too many there on the blue. There we go. Pass. Show off. Counter. They don't have one spell that does 5 on its own. So we should have a window here to drop a trawler and finish him off. Game 3. Game 3, my friends. On the draw. So this is where a trawler might be too slow, but I think we still want it. I haven't seen anything to change other than you might say settle the wreckage, but I think that's also too slow. I think we're good. Let's go for it. Must beat burn. Must do it. And the hand has a turn 1 removal, a turn 2 removal, maybe a Wandering Emperor. Let's try it. I mean, that's not a Monastery Swift Spear. What? Oh, man. I don't think I can try to get this tapped land out of the way later. Let's see if they have the creature. Last time they had 2 creatures. They have show off. All right, this is a good spot to remove a show off. Get rid of one of those Wandering Emperors. Say goodbye to that thing. That's a tapped land. So I can go hold up, get lost. Next turn, tapped land. Next turn, Shockin' Emperor. Swifty. Nothing. Either way, they get to use these maps, don't they? And I have nothing to cast next turn. I think I just hold this up. I want them afraid of a lockdown. Okay, they're gonna skewer me, sure. I only had 1. Another anchorage is not ideal. But yeah, we don't want them getting to use map tokens either. Let's see if they keep their land drops coming. God, they do. And they have 2 dens. And another Swifty. I don't want them to use their mana well. I think I want to get lost on end step. I think I want to take 2 and get lost on end step. Otherwise, they just use their map tokens right away. They either hit their next land drop from it or they attack for more damage anyway, because they probably put it on 2 different Swifties. We really need them to use the mana next turn. Whew, okay. Oh, tough sledding out here, isn't it? All right. Am I really taking 2 damage to do this, or do I hold a get lost? What are they going to do? They're going to map here and map here. I get lost one of them. They map, then maybe I Wandering Emperor them. If I'm careful. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe we're doing it like this, but we are. This also holds off Den, kinda? Or not? Do it now. I hate giving them the untapped land for the map token afterwards, but there you go. Come on, where's my bases at? Where's my bases at? Go to 7. We get a demolition field. I guess we could have that on field for the den, but I don't think they're going to attack with the den. But let's have it down there just to make sure they don't. Gotta love the 6 fields to take on all of the freaking creature lands. Yeah, they hit the untapped land too. They did it. All right, let's see your top card. Now we're drawing a lot of land. They have a Kamano. Do they keep a Kamano? At least they do for now. Uh-huh. And then they bin it. They wanted the counter. No blocks. No response. No priority stick. It's a creature or a land in their hand.
I am almost sad.
It's almost certainly a land. It's really tempting to make a samurai here, but I think we have a real shot of stalling this out.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Do we have the edge in this fight? Do we have this? With no counterspell. We have potential life gain on the table, but has to survive this. Yeah. Yeah. All right, kill it now before it makes a goblin. I think they just failed to find. They did. They don't have any more basics. Interesting. So we could power up Anchorage and bounce this if we don't want to get lost it. And if this is tapped, yeah, they don't want to tap this because then I can gain the life by exiling it. But if they don't attack here, I can Memory Deluge. They have a lot to think about. I'm not sure what I would do. And that's got to break their heart to see. So, Supreme Verdict this little Swifty and get an Omen. We could also start blowing up their lands. Honestly, I think that's better than spending sorcery speed mana on a Verdict on one creature. The equation has changed. So we want 4 mana left over. Wait till after draw to hit him. Oh, they saw the second field and scooped. So I think what we do there is keep plussing the Emperor. I think that's the way that you go about this. And then any future attacks are potentially exiled for life. And then we use at least one field right away to cut down their lands. And then maybe the second one on their end step. Yep, I think that's how it is done. And poor Redburn, you just couldn't take me, could ya? On the play. Keep. March ready. Rakdos. Few Rakdos decks in Explorer, right? This is one of them. Yeah. I think Fable is still legal in this format, so I think we let this be. Oh, and so is Annex, right? So we should hold for those. Stock up. I'll just cast that. No, I won't. I'm gonna see if they have Fable. The when to stock up conundrum. Yeah, if they pass, we'll exile this Harvester. It's a 3/1, so it's definitely the demon deck. There's certainly a situation where a temporary lockdown would be nice. I guess we'll exile the demon. Okay. Lots of things to do with 4 mana. 3 2-mana spells, so a nice double spell turn on the play should put us in a good position. I am going to keep on taking the Harvester. I'm not that worried about the life total pressure from one creature. Make them play into an open board. Open mana. And there's their Fable. That card is good. I remember. Omen of the Sea. Lands into lands. I think we take it. I think we only need 1 though. Wandering Emperor. Is this a Teferi with a Get Lost open? Seems good. Remember this guy? He's the hero of Dominaria. You should remember.
We need to move quickly.
They discarded a Torch the Tower to the Blood token. Okay, they're going for those. So an uncounterable attack to try to get rid of the Planeswalker, but we have the removal spell to make them feel sad. And they don't have a land. Temporary lockdown would be a lot of fun. Not yet, though. We're going to untap 2 lands on end step so we can use this Omen. We get a veto. And we don't need this land. And I think having 6 mana open here is solid. We save stock up. But when we cast it later in the game, we also know exactly what we're digging for. Let it be. All right, I will fire off on that one. No, I won't. I won't. We want to have Dovin's Veto and Wandering Emperor. So if I make it 2/2, they'll probably try to interact with it. Let's see what happens. It just gives more permanence to deal with, right? So do I get to block? Ooh, I do. This is fine. This is fine. Annex. Veto. Your card advantage things will not happen. Ooh. That's pretty good. Plus. I love the idea of blinking these omens. Actually, though, it's not even that good anymore. We don't need it. We don't need it. We got our samurai friend. That's plus. Our samurai friend is strong. All right, let's get Yorion. Oh, I might get to cast Yorion this game. I love Yorion. Another Fable. This is fine. Now maybe we lock down. Wow. All the Fable of the Mirror Breakers. Okay. We're gonna have to take out those tokens. Kind of glad I didn't stock up, so I have the mana to deal with this. 1 Fable down. Attack. It's fine. We were gonna lose the token anyway. Now it is 2 life. We go minus, send away. If I make a token, it just goes away, so it doesn't really matter. I was thinking about blinking the Wandering Emperor, but I guess it's not that good. All right, Play the lockdown. Wrap up the omens. Play the Yorion. Ah, it's been a while. Flicker these. Reset the Teferi. Release the omens. Yeah, they're done. They're cooked. It's over. So how does one fight this mid-range deck? I think Narset's very good against them. The Dream Trawler is a beautiful, beautiful monster to bring in. They might sub out their removal and find themselves in trouble to a Seed Shark. Farewell deals with a lot of different permanents. Beza keeps us alive. Do they use their graveyard? I don't see evidence of that. Not really. All right, so what are the cuts? Change the equation, hits red spells. Like, this is the hard part. What are the cuts? Lockdown is not bad against them, but is it good? I don't think it's that good. We'll go to 1. Then stock up, always pretty good. Beza's great. Wandering Emperor is great. Deluge is great. Supreme Verdict. We up the farewell count. We'll go to 1 verdict. March of Otherworldly Light, pretty good. Get Lost, pretty good. Dovin's Veto and No More Lies. They will probably play around No More Lies a lot for the rest of this. Let's go to 1 Veto, 2 Lies. They're going to use discard spells. They're probably going to bring in a lot of duresses to cut through our counter magic, making it super awkward. We'd rather have just more power, card advantage, things that do stuff to the board. And then, of course, Farewell, which if we top deck, cleans up everything. All right, done. Worrying less about being low to the ground and more about being the power deck in a post-sideboard matchup. So this hand, it's slow, but that can be okay. And if they hit me with a discard spell or two, at least we have lands. We don't get stuck on lands. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to do it. I mean, this is a classic control, like lands and a few spells. You keep that. FOMO. Okay, so far no discard spells. And we have drawn nothing but land. Well, we're still going to threaten them with No More Lies. That should make them sure I have a counter. They're going to play into it anyway. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't feel like they sideboarded much to me. Maybe I overanalyzed this. We'll play the Field of Ruin and threaten their Mutavault. Although they might want to land in the graveyard, which is something we'll have to think about. And we also have Omen. Ah, they have a land in their graveyard. 2, actually. So maybe their hand was floody. Go to 14. Ha! Okay. Well, those board wipes I took out, like Temporary Lockdown and Verdict, might need one. Although, honestly, these aren't much of a clock when they've all discarded swamps. Like, look at their hand. We are both having we're having a game. This Omen will hopefully fix some of that. Not bad. Not bad. This is probably a Wandering Emperor occasion. Then the opponent might resolve one of their card advantage cards. So I think we just take the damage and make them commit to that. They might be trying to play around it. We could Deluge and try to get Lockdown or a solution, but there aren't many of those left in the deck, so I think this will be end step Wandering Emperor. Ooh, they do commit. They commit to the board. That is brutal. That is very brutal. What do we do? If we go for a memory deluge here and hit like a supreme verdict, we're in an okay spot. And if we fail, oh, we gotta go for it, right? We gotta go for it. More lands, huh? 3 more lands in this pile. Unbelievable. Man, I wish I knew what we were drawing. Unbelievable. Like, look at this. What a terrible hand. I mean, we might just never cast a spell. How about that? Let's see if they are wise to powering up Vault here and attacking. They're not yet. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Bring out the Wandering Emperor. Get rid of the Children. Takes us up to 8. March.
Almost sad to see you go.
Get rid of one of these. Four health. Now let's see what they held back. We can hope for nothing, but yeah, there's the Annex. You knew that they really wanted to land this to get their card advantage going. And they, oh God, what a perfect 1-2 punch. What an absolutely perfect draw. All right, well, none of that will do. Game 3. Terrible. That was so bad. All right, they kept in a ton of creatures. I'm going to cut a lot of the counter spells. They're not very effective. Like these we might want because of Annex, right? And we are on the play, so No More Lies is a lot better. The board wipes are worse, so I can't overreact. But man, after seeing how they sideboarded, it feels like the creature approach was just strictly wrong. I still like Narset for shutting down Chapter 2 of Fable and shutting down Annex on its own. But yeah, I feel like I really messed this up. Beza is probably not as important as I'm making it out to be, especially on the play. We can cut Beza, I think. And then, I mean, the Farewells still seem like a good solution if we get there. I drew way too many card draw spells and just got tempoed out of the game. But I think that's because I cut all of the sweepers, which was a mistake. I'll go to 1 Teferi. I feel like this matchup should be okay, especially if they don't actually have the discard effects. Wow. That was a bad hand. Oh, okay, my God. Oh, okay. Okay. Dear Lord, we flooded so hard last time. Are we going to do that again? And look at the 6-drop showing up. Hey, we played around duress. Mr. Brightside. I mean, last game I got beat to death by 2 mana 2/3s. Yeah, they know they can play whatever they want, or probably can play whatever they want. Maybe they have another duress and they're thinking about whether or not to use it. There's a Harvester. Nice little beatdown machine. We could get the Anchorage out of the way, or we could get the Orion, and I think we get the Orion here so that we have plays on 4, 5, and 6. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Everything is a swamp. Opponent's just leaning in. At least this time we have a ton of board wipes we could draw to punish them. They discard the Oni, so they're actually threatening double attacks. Pretty good. Yep. Discard Fatal Push, which is still in their deck. Interesting. All right, target right there. Cool. Here's the Wandering Emperor. You can wreck that double combat.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Before that thing
My
untaps.
judgment is
It'd be a lot worse if we waited till after. Yep, slam another Shieldred. There you go. That's what we were hoping for. Unfortunately, they have a Mutavault, so we do need to make a 2/2 here.
guards to me.
Another Shieldred. Cool. That's pretty good. But do we play it? I think so. So we can see if they'll block this. I mean, Shieldred can win the game on its own. I mean, they're not worried about Elspeth Smite. Such a card. So how many Shieldreds do you think they have? We'll get rid of those graveyards. We're not using ours. They might use theirs. Good card. Good card with Mutavault. Insane card with Mutavault. Let's drop a Dream Trawler. They're probably going to make a 6/6 demon, which if we have to trade these and gain that life, we will. We can get this to a 4 and then a 5, and then we would need one more card draw to get it to a 6. Proximy, okay. Nothing in the graveyard though. I'll keep the Omen. Pretty glad we cleaned that graveyard, aren't we? Okay, and they have the land. Man, what a hand. What a hand. Temporary lockdown's pretty good. Do we Omen first? So if we blow this up later, we get another use of the Omen. If they blow it up, they're not going to blow it up. But we do, you know what? We do want to Omen no matter what. We might need the Scries from the Omen. Ooh, okay. We lock down first. And we don't necessarily want to Omen no matter what. We want to deal with Mutavault with Field of Ruin. Ooh, big draw. Glad we didn't Omen first. Now we have the option to Deluge, and we're up to 12. Dream Trawler is going to try to carry. There's a Fable. Busted enchantments left, right. Are they going to play around the Field of Ruin and let me Deluge? I have to make sure I let this trigger resolve on their end step. Because if they power up the vault... smart move. They're going for it. Wait till the trigger, though. Then... nuke the demon. I think we're going to need a Rest in Peace because of that Croxa. It's only 2 cards in the graveyard, but they're drawing 2 cards a turn. Could really use a counter spell. Another field. Nope. Lockdown. It's an interesting card here. I think we go right to combat and gain that life. There's a field again. Do we lock down just to deal with this? I don't think so. I'm waiting for Croxa. I'm waiting for Croxa. Oh, I hate that. Well, if they make me discard the Memory Deluge, I can flash it back. Or I could cast it now. I'd still have up an Anchorage, but I can't really rely on Anchorage because of Fatal Push. All right, let's let him choose. If they take the Deluge, I just flash it back. Easy. If they take the Lockdown because they're relying on Croxa. Yep, there you go. Whoa, another one. All right, I have a response to that. Get lost. And an omen. Okay. Oof. So if we pass through combat, do they attack with this? Yeah, they're going in anyway. I was hoping they wouldn't attack because of the Anchorage. All right. No, in that case, I guess we're doing the thing where we fiddle our card draw, but it's always better to do when you're in an advantaged position. Demon down. Okay. Remember when they took that lockdown? That was pretty sick. They are at 10 though. Lies? Pretty late. We can attack them for 6. Try to keep a demon off the field. What do they still have locked? Another ritual chamber. Oof. I think we just attack them for 5. Yeah, it could be for 7. Yeah, I think we just attack them and see what we draw. Oh, oh, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like this at all. Hold this for Croxa. Five health. They gotta stop the trawler in the air. Good old dream trawler. Still a machine. Think you just let that resolve? Think you just let that resolve and don't overreact. They take lies. What do they got? They can unlock the room, but right now they don't have a demon, and we have Field of Ruin to stop a Mutavault. That's game. That's the match. Woo! I think that's the matchup we want to be in. I think the demons matchup is it feels good. It also feels pretty fun.